Hello there and welcome back. You know that feeling in the morning after a really wild party? You have a headache, you look at your bank account and you want to cry, and you promise that you will not do that ever again. Well, right now the entire European car industry has a massive hangover because for the last 5 years they partied hard, they got drunk on an electric future, they promised us that combustion engines were pure evil and everyone want an electric car that looks like an iPhone. But now the music has stopped, the lights are on, and the reality is ugly. This week, Volkswagen, for the first time in 88 years, is closing factory. Mercedes just fired a man that's responsible for their design because they found out that no one to buy a really expensive car with design of melted soap. And Jaguar, well, technically there is no Jaguar anymore. But there is a glimmer of hope, because while boardrooms are panicking, the racing world is coming to its sense. I'm Hugo Drive and let's talk about hangover that is changing everything. So, let's start in Germany, the heart of the industry. If you know the history, you know that Volkswagen isn't just a company, it's something like a national symbol, people's car. For the last 88 years, through war and crisis, they never closed a factory until this week. They announced that they're closing transparent factory in Dresden. This is symbolic because this factory was a factory of a future symbol. This factory where they presented the Volkswagen ID3. It's where they showcase the revolution. And now, well, it's shutting down. Why? Because they made millions of electric cars and they can't sell all of them. Of course, there are some people who is buying them, but it's not enough for Volkswagen, and because of that, they are now closing. And it's not just Volkswagen. Let's look at Mercedes. For the last few years, I think we all have one question. Why new Mercedes are so ugly now? The EQA, the EQS, EQR look like melted soap, well, without no sharp lines, no character. They are saying that they did this for aerodynamic and efficiency, and of course it is, but I mean, there are some electric cars that look awesome. For example, BYD U9, I think they have, even it's an electric car, their design is like much better than Mercedes right now. Besides that, the Mercedes finally listened to their customer, and this week the news broke Gordon Wagner, the chief designer officer, is leaving his position after 28 years. This man who drew modern Mercedes is a confession that Mercedes sent up. Guys, we messed up. They realized that you cannot sell 100,000 cars that look like a soap, because luxury need presence, luxury need a long hood, luxury need a face. And the Jelly Bean era is officially over, and honestly I'm so happy because now I'm waiting for an Mercedes E63. Now, if Germany having a crisis, the Britain having a unreal, and we need to talk about Jaguar, because this week a set photo appeared online. It was the last Jaguar F-Pace as we are rolling off the production line. The last 5-liter supercharged V8, the last roar. That car is going straight to a museum, And with it, the soul of Jaguar unfortunately is gone. Jaguar has officially said that it was the last combustion engine. From now on, you cannot buy any more new gas engine from Jaguar. They are pausing sales, they are rebranding. And we all saw that rebranding video, right? The Copy Nothing campaign. Some colorful models in colorful clothes with sledgehammers and no cars at all. It seems like a fashion show for Alliance, or it didn't look like a car company. It seems like a university art project go wrong. Yeah, something like that. It's heartbreaking. This is a brand that gave us E-Type, the brand of variants, the brand of gray space and pace, and they traded off that heritage for what? To become a niche electric car that nobody wants? Well, I hope I'm significant wrong, but it seems like we just watched a legendary brand committed suicide online, and it's not the best thing you want in your adulthood. Okay, that was depressing in some way. Let's talk about something good. While road cars were losing their mind, the racing world is finally waking up. And I'm talking about World Rally Championship. Because a few years they went hybrid and they added batteries and electric motors to the cars that made them more expensive and not that reliable. Well, this week the FIA announced a new rules for 2027 and there is no hybrid. They throw this idea to the nearest bin and it's good because the new cars will work on 100% on gasoline. Even so, it's synthetic fuel, yes, but it's at least combustion engine that have no batteries and no electric motors. So it's win-win. They are doing this to make cars lighter, cheaper and louder. They want private teams to be able to afford them, and that shows that if you care about performance and emotion, and when you have actually pay bills, electricity isn't always an answer. Because simplicity wins, so we should say thank you WRC for saving noise for the rest of us, because we should. Now let's do a quick reality check around the world. Let's go to Japan, the home of Prius. You may think that they love electric cars there. Well, the answer will probably no, because they are discussing a new tax specifically for heavy electric vehicles. And if your car weighs over 2.5 tons, which most EV do, you'll pay an extra tax during inspection. The logic is undeniable. You're heavy, you're destroying asphalt, so you should pay. And it's another sign that EV free ride is over, because first subsidies go away, then free parking go away, and now you pay for being fat. Fair play, Japan, fair play, but... And then we have Australia. We know that Australia is a strict country, but this is just ridiculous, because they just banned a TV commercial for Toyota Yaris GR. Why? Because in the video the car drives and it does a little jump, just a little jump. It slides a little bit, it looks fun. The bureaucrats said this encouraged dangerous driving, so they just banned this commercial. Meanwhile, on the same channel you can advertise casino gambling apps, you can advertise alcohol, But a small Toyota Yaris having fun? No, you can't do that. This is the world unfortunately we live in. Manufacturers are just scared to make fun cars because when they finally do, the government bans the commercial, and when the government bans commercial, their sales just drop in lowest point because they can't advertise cars. So how the people know that they can buy such a nice car? And this is not all. We have last one news, and it's a news to end on a high note because, or low note, I don't know how to tell you correctly. Let's go to Uganda. Someone in Uganda imported a Tesla Cybertruck, the apocalypse-proof truck. The truck Elon Musk said could survive on a Mars. The truck that is bulletproof. Well, it turns out that this truck isn't Uganda-proof, because the moment it arrived, videos appeared online. The Cybertruck just tipped over. It drove into a ditch and just flopped on the side like a dying turtle. It's perfect metaphor because this car was made for Silicon Valley, for an Instagram, and when you want to take this car to real roads with real mods where there is such thing as physics, you will stuck, and it's ridiculous. It can't be fixed because there is no Tesla services in East Africa. So now it's the most expensive metal triangle sitting in a ditch, and we probably should suggest to Elon to fix the suspension before go to Mars, because I'm pretty sure that there is no Tesla services on Mars. So, what we have learned, the party is over, Volkswagen and Mercedes are waking up with a headache and trying to fix their problem. Jaguar might not wake up at all, but at least we have a racing world that is coming to its sense. It feels like a pendulum is swinging back. We tried tech bro future, but it didn't work, so it seems like we are going to basic settings, and I'm pretty happy with that. I'm Hugo Storm, drive safe, and see you in next video.